And now, after 30 minutes of sharing those clips, this is a mural that's in Compton, the location where me and my son left. A mural that's supposed to display the heroes of our culture, that's supposed to display Black pride. I couldn't get the fullness. I think it was Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, um, Harriet Tubman, Tupac. Who's she in the middle? Forgive me if I forget some of the names, but it is a mural of, supposed to be a mural dedicated to the African American culture, supposed to be dedicated, to those who made a difference and those who stood on something and all of that. Yeah. The very people and the very city that was stalking and harassing and abusing me and my son. That's why I speak the way I speak when I say it's all fake. How do you have a mural of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and terrorize an African American disabled man at the same time? These folks feel disgusted by all of these people. They can get dreadlocks all they want. They can create murals all they want. They can be all natural and only use organic natural products all they want. But the fact that they participate in causing harm, loss, pain, suffering, grief to their own culture, to a disabled African American man that don't know nothing about none of this that's going on, is a testament against all of them. There's no amount of natural dreadlocks, hair shaved bald. There's no amount of natural look, no makeup wearing. There's no amount that's going to make up for what they have participated in and what they have allowed and what they turned a blind eye to. I shared pictures of Quantisophies, an app and a subscription that I am a part of. Their very tools that they built actually speaks against them. Yep, their very tools that they built speaks against them. What does that say? When I shared it, what does that say? Hmm. My culture don't know how fucked they really are. And the ones that do know and have made deals with the powers that be, they're even higher on this list of disgusting. They're even higher. Keep it simple. They're not acting any different than some of the slaves acted in those days. The ones who chose to keep it simple and keep kissing master's ass, and then the ones that was like, we deserve freedom. We deserve to be free. We deserve to be treated humanely. We didn't even ask to be here. We deserve the African American culture is fucked. I'm not proud. I used to look at certain ones with pride. I did. I used to look at certain ones and want to aspire. But now that I know what they are, the bloodshed, in some cases, their own people that had to die so that they can have a spot. The ends justifying the means, a sacrifice for wealth, a life that seemingly don't matter to somebody who's sitting somewhere deciding whose lives are supposed to matter. Nothing to lose. At this point, whatever ends up happening to me and my son, I am not embarrassed for me. They can do all of the humiliation rituals they wish. I'm embarrassed for this world, for leaders who are in position to do something and don't. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what's to come for me and my son. This has been one big collaborative scheme to get me and my son put in some kind of hospital, jail, blocking human contact. Human contact, healthy human contact shouldn't be that weird. People need permission to talk to me. That's eerie. People that's got to go through checks and balances, they got to see that's strange behavior. That's not normal. These are people who are gonna blast black pride. Like I said, they got dreadlocks, they got, all natural this and that. They got, and still crooked. The dreads does not make somebody not crooked. It doesn't mean somebody is truly honoring their culture. If they're selling their own culture out, it's no amount of natural look that's going to erase that. Man or woman. There's no amount of dashikis, no amount of beads, no amount of head garbs and wraps that is going to erase the defiled behavior of betraying one's own culture, one's own people for gain. There's no assalamu alaikum, there's no namaste, there's no bless the Lord, there's no saying there's no wall mural of an honorable feminine on your wall when you are defiling a living, breathing one in your fucking face. Disconnected my culture. Full of jealousy and envy, hatred of self, under the spell of the powers that be, pining for recognition from them. No amount of putting Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., any Egyptian heroes, any legit Egyptians would be disgusted at how easily we bow. Disconnected. I'm calling it all out. This is a mural that was in Compton, the very city that has some kind of special retard sitting on the ground, and not the retards like my son's population. I mean somebody that's supposed to be classified as so-called normal, sitting a black ass on the floor, on the ground. On the corner of a street. Near this location that you're looking at. With a rope. Sitting on the ground. They ain't finna play double dutch. With a rope. They ain't trying to hold a bicycle. With a rope. Looking at me like they're the fucking zombie Walking Dead. While sitting near a mural with the greatest, some of the greatest of all time, Malcolm X. People think you put up a picture that means you're honoring. You got these wall mirrors up, that means you're honoring. You put this garb on your head, that means you're honoring. You wear these dreadlocks, that means you're honoring. You got all this natural shea butter, bitch, and black soap and shit, that means you're honoring. That does not mean you're honoring if you're a fucking sellout and if you're willing to fucking terrorize an African-American disabled man so your retarded ass could get some cash. Clueless and disconnected. And I am not speaking from pretension. I'm realizing that there's a whole lot we don't know. And the quicker we can get to that, maybe we'll be open to some more truths. But to sit up there and stalk innocent people and then want to talk about blackness is blasphemy. To sit up there talking about honoring culture and your people and feminines and all this stuff and then participate in setting them up is treachery. And it is absurd. Snatch off Nefertiti's amulet off your neck and put on what you should be wearing. There's nothing honoring about the conduct my people are participating in. And I'm not just pulling in all the African Americans, but that's my culture, my ethnicity that I can relate to and speak on. Especially those of us that love looking like we're important. We love talking God talk and spiritual talk. Indictment. We can't even get past our own differences as a culture. We so fucked that we don't even know we're fucked. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. You're so fucked. You're so afraid. You're so just trying to survive. You don't even know they fucking you every which way of coming, and not in a good way. You know these white folk that y'all hold in a high honor, that's flashing cash and deals to you? Do you want to know the truth? Do you want to know what they think? You don't. You just want, they think all they need to give you niggas. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh yeah, that's what they really think of you. Give you means to get as much as chicken and gold rims as you want. And they could essentially make you do whatever they want done. That's how fucked my culture is. They'll let you in, but you ain't really winning. And then they secretly talk about you in their white meetings. They'll let you win. You're their footman now. While they talk about you behind your back. Saying it within their groups and to themselves, within their white supremacists, we are the bomb, diggity, as we make all these motherfuckers do what we want. As they sit back and talk behind your back, not in front of you, no, in front of you, they're smiling at you. They're giving you, a 40 ounce with gold glitter on the bottle. But not to you, of course not. They're smarter than that. No, they're going to come to you. We think you're great. John, Susan, Meredith, don't you think they're wonderful? They're wonderful. Yeah, we see what you're doing. We need your help. But then what they say in their secret meetings, where the real talk happens, where the truth of what they think, the truth of what they feel, the truth of their agenda is spoken of, what they're saying there is this. Look at what we can make these tap dancing performing niggas do. All we need to do is appeal to their pain. All we need to do is come in and support their little 501c, give them a little money for it, push the approval on it. All we need to do appeal to their insecurity. They're jealous and insecure. Oh, all we need to do is tell them, we can give them this to make their platform grow, to, make their this and that and thus and now, beat the person that is triggering their insecurities, and they will destroy their own people. That's all we need to do for these tap dancing monkeys. Give them some gold rims, some gold teeth, some fried chicken, 40 ounce. Give them some bling. Give them a carton of cigs. Give them a car. Niggas always want a car. That's the truth of what they say about those that are selling out. That's the truth. About those right now, their name is in lights. Yeah, sure. Their name is in lights. They allow them to have some success, but they clown them. They got dirt on them. They convince all of these individuals to be Judas. And these are the people that's got Nefertiri, Anaxanamun, Hemotep, King Tut. If you go to their house, their whole shit is Afrocentric for some of these motherfuckers. And yet they are why the blood of their nephew is on their hand. But they got Nefertiri, the blood of their grandson, the blood of their step-grandson, the blood of their cousin, the blood of their relatives on their hand. And they got statues of Nefertiri. They got black Jesus on the wall and the black disciples with dreads. They got the foot. They got the biggest Bible made at the store that makes them on a coffee table. Right on the Psalms, bitch. And then they fight like cats and dogs and drink and drug and push it down each other's throats and beat each other into oblivion. And then on Sunday, they'll go to church. And shake the pastor's and the first lady's hand and run to the altar and cry and fall out. And then they'll have their 30th baptism in the last 6 months. Then they'll go in the confession booth, those who are on that side of it, they'll go in the confession booth confessing every day their sin, confessing their sin of hatred and murder as they persist in continuing abuse. I don't know what's to come for me and my son. So I'm going to use every moment that I can outside of resting and clearing my energy and trying to see if I can actually find or connect to humans that's not being intercepted by a demiurge in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or people that's just been trolling me and are weird towards me and cannot deal with me as a normal human being. My culture is fucked. It goes beyond donating to things. It's all of it. Turning a blind eye is just as bad as the crimes itself. Black power. Poison in our bodies, black power. Hurting one another, black power. We've been selling out each other since slavery for survival. That's the truth of my ethnicity. Selling out each other since slavery for survival. Only a rare, far few in between didn't go down that path. I'm not here for likes. I don't care at this point. If you haven't contributed financially out there, and if you haven't encouragement with words, then chances are you're one of them. If sacrificing me and my son is something that people can live with, then there's somebody that I want to deal with. In this cesspool of Las Vegas, where I almost question if all of the humans that were here then been hijacked, taken over. I don't know what's to come for me and my son. But since this is happening, there's some things I'll be doing over the next less than 24 hours. We haven't evolved. Most of my culture, just tap dancing, performing monkeys for a bowl of beans. Willing to betray our own people for it. That's the simplistic version of it, period. We're not heroes. Heroes don't cower and run in a corner and let a disabled man be eaten up by wolves. We're not heroes. We're not courageous. We're not evolved. We're not deep. Predictable. Primitive. What we'll do for some gold rounds. What we'll do for some gold rounds, some gold teeth, and some fried chicken. That's what this is. Masquerading as intellectuals, masquerading as helpers. And they laugh at every last one of us. They laugh, not just at me, not just at the targets, they laugh at every last one of us. They think your entertainment. They think your desperation is hilarious. And the fact that those out there that's willing to do all that, the fact that they're willing to do it, they actually believe in their delusional thinking that it proves why they're superior to you in the first place. Because of what you are willing, or they are willing to do or not do. So in their secret, we are superior meetings, where the real truth is spoken, they think all the behaviors, all the imps and minions and pawns that they get to play as Judases, they laugh. They like, see how easily they're controlled? See how easily we can get them to do things? We're superior. They don't care about their own, so why should we? Why should we have honor for their people? They don't have honor for their people. If we go and offer them something right now, they'd do it. So why are we supposed to honor what they don't honor? They don't care about the disabled. Why should we care about the disabled? They're willing to throw the disabled away as long as it means they get the place to stay. They just want attention. We'll let them have that as long as it serves us. They can care less of anything true, anything real. They want the world to look at them as deep and special without actually being that. That works for us. They want to be killers, but they want to appear to the world like pillars. Ain't no amount of blackness, cultural activity going to erase the bloodstains of me and my son and the many other that have been targeted. Ain't no amount of preaching, no amount of teaching, no amount of nothing, no amount of frequency tracks, no amount of apps, no amount of websites, feel good messages gonna change the blood. If you have not donated, you can stop watching. If you have not provided anything real and legitimate here towards me and my son, you can go on. I am not here for attention or to collect numbers. I'm here in the name of creating a record in honor of what has happened to my son and me. And what they are trying to do to create my own digital footprint and log of what they've been doing to me and my son and this whole thing. Maybe it slips through the cracks and find a real human being. And that's essentially a part of why I'm doing it. On top of exposing that it is happening. So that if and when something happens to me and my son, I've got a digital footprint. And I'm not just using YouTube. I'm using multiple ways and means to do it. If you are somebody that's decent and you're hearing this, hopefully you overcome your fear and you reach out. I can be reached at 951-533-2371. And you'll get a live, real human being. You're not going to get an AI application person. You're going to get me. Okay? If you want to ask some questions, if you want to help, if you know somebody that wants to help, all of those things. They're trying to stop me and my son from being okay. They're trying to block any human kindness and any resources that I could create and find. And they're feeling real cocky and arrogant about it right now. That's okay. In the next 24 hours, that's exactly why certain things I'm putting into play. Because if this is what ends up me and my son walking around with a suitcase for people and all of that to try to get us caught up, I'm going to tear up a whole lot of shit without breaking one law.